Good morning and welcome everyone. This is our 60-minute chair yoga class. So I'm going to ask you to find yourself a comfortable, sturdy chair with no arms. And by sturdy, I mean you can push down on it without having it collapse or tip over at any time. And we have our comfortable loose clothing, and our feet are flat on the floor. We're in bare feet. Unless you have orthopedics or your feet get cold, just be aware if you wear socks, they're a bit of a slip risk. And of course we have our water handy as well. So I'd like you to come to your seated position right at the edge of your chair. Okay, so as close to the edge as you can get. And our heels are under our knees lined up with hips, tailbone tucked, core strong. Shoulders up, back, and down, chest proud, neck long, and the chin is tucked. And here's what we're going to come back to throughout our class today. This is known as a mountain pose. Here we're seated in a seated mountain pose. And that just means that we're looking into our posture and engaging the proper muscles to sit up straight and feeling nice and open through the upper body. Good. Now let's take a deep breath in all the way down to the base of the spine and close the eyes. And exhale, just feel your body supported by the seat, by the floor, by the earth. Now just for a moment, bringing your attention to today's class. Let's make ourselves that promise that we will not push too hard, that will honor any feelings of restriction, especially through the joints, that will maintain the lines of communication with the body, pushing forward when it's appropriate, holding back when it's appropriate, and offering ourselves a bit of a challenge in the meantime. Now let's take a deep breath in. Exhale and open the eyes. Good, let's just start with a quick spinal release. Bringing the hands to the knees, extend, lengthen the spine, and then we'll exhale, curve and round, pressing the belly button toward the spine, shoulders down. Inhale, up, lift, look up, extend through the center of the chest. Exhale, curve and round, lengthen the neck, lengthen the spine. One more time, inhale, up, lift, extending, shoulders squeeze way down and back. Exhale, curve and round, lengthen. And we'll come back to neutral, now sitting up nice and tall, shoulders down and back. A deep breath in. And now we're going to come into the neck. So shoulders down and back. Pardon me, we almost had an interruption. And now we'll come into the top of the spine. So taking a deep breath in. Exhale, press the right ear toward the right shoulder, and we'll hold. Press the left shoulder down away from the ear. Keep that spine nice and straight from the tailbone to the collarbone. Suck your belly button toward the spine. Relax the arms at the sides. Now inhale through neutral. Exhale the left ear toward the left shoulder. Right shoulder presses down. Feel that extension through the side of the neck and the traps. Good. Inhale through neutral. Exhale right ear toward the right shoulder. Good. Inhale through neutral. Exhale left ear toward the left shoulder. One more time on each side. Inhale through neutral. Exhale right ear toward the right shoulder. Inhale through neutral. Exhale left ear toward the left shoulder. Now inhale to neutral, extend through the crown of the head. Exhale the chin toward the chest. Now inhale through neutral, exhale and drop the head back. Good. Inhale through neutral, exhale the chin toward the chest. Inhale through neutral, exhale, drop the head back. So only going as far as is comfortable for you. Once again, inhale through neutral, chin toward the chest, and we're keeping that spine upright from the tailbone to the collarbone. Last time here through neutral, and drop the head back. Now inhale to neutral, extend through the crown of the head. Exhale and turn the head to the right side. Good. Inhale through neutral. Exhale and gently turn toward the left. Again, inhale through neutral. Exhale, gently turn toward the right. Inhale through neutral. Exhale and gently turn. One more time on each side. Inhale through neutral. Exhale and turn. Inhale through neutral. Exhale and turn. Now inhale to neutral. Through neutral. Left ear toward the left shoulder. One more time in each direction. Roll across the chest. And press the ear toward the shoulder. And we roll. And relax, and then we come back to neutral, and let's release the arms to the sides now, and we'll just come into a quick shoulder roll. As big a circle as you can manage, and it might be different from one side to the other, and just keep that in mind as we move through our class today, that you're going to have different levels of stability and flexibility and strength and balance and everything from one side of the body to the other, and that includes our spine. So we're just working with it as we go, never trying to force anything into line. Now, with the entire arm, one side and then the other, reaching through those fingertips, breathing deeply, lengthening through the arms, sitting up nice and tall, and the core is strong. Good. And just feel that rotation through that shoulder socket, and just notice what your range of motion is now. And if there's any points where you feel a twinge or a compression or anything like that. And now last time right here. And we'll release the arms. Okay, let's come into a little seated half moon now. So sitting up tall, I'd like you to grasp the right side of the chair with the right hand, and you can shift slightly if you need to get a good grip on that chair, but I'd like you to be right up against that arm with the right side of the body. And we'll inhale the left arm up toward the sky, straighten the spine first, brace your core, and then we'll exhale and tuck the right elbow in toward the spine. Now, when we bend, I'd like you to think of bending from the belly button to the crown of the head and sucking the belly button in to stabilize your lower back. Make sure you're even across both sides of the body on the seat, and feel the soles of your feet on the floor. As you inhale, lengthen through those fingertips. As you exhale, relax down, and remember that you can always modify. So you can bring that top hand down to the hip or behind the back if this is painful or uncomfortable for your shoulder. You can, of course, come up a little bit higher if you want to. And I'd like you to try and target this stretch in the left side body, into that rib cage, maybe also into the muscles of the back. Good. Breathe. Relax as you exhale. Now let's inhale and come up. Exhale, release the arm, and we'll center ourselves on our chair and grab a quick back release. Hands to knees, curve and round. Inhale, up, lift, look up, shoulders down, elbows in. Exhale, curve and round. And come back to neutral, and now we'll come to the other side. So grasping the left side of the chair with the hand, you can shift slightly if you need to. Make sure you're still at the edge of your seat, and we're sitting up tall, alignment through the lower body, knees, hips, and ankles, and we'll reach that right arm up toward the sky as we inhale, lengthening through the crown of the head. Exhale, and that left elbow bends in toward the spine. We're pressing the right rib cage out to the side. Suck your belly button toward the spine to stabilize the lower back. Make sure you're even across both hips on the seat. And again, you can look up toward the sky if that's comfortable for your neck and shoulders. Otherwise, look toward the floor. Breathe into that extension. Relax as you exhale. Good. Yeah, really good. Now let's inhale and come up. Exhale, release the arm. We'll center ourselves and release the spine. Extend, and then we curve and round. Inhale, up, lift, look up, shoulders down. Exhale, curve and round. And come back to neutral. Great, now let's come into a little bit of an adductor stretch. So we'll shift to the left side in our chair, and now you can come all the way back in your chair. Grab a drink of water on the way. And we're going to extend the left leg straight out to the side, with the sole of the foot down on the floor and the toes pointed forward. You can bring the hands to the hips or to that bent knee. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, tip from the hip, and you can bring that elbow down to the knee or the fingertips to the floor. Keep your shoulders lined up with your toes. Make sure you're not turning toward the bent knee, or else we'll lose our stretch altogether. And I'd like you to make sure that your spine is long and straight to begin. And then when you're ready, if you'd like, you can relax down a little further. And you can also turn your shoulders toward the straight leg if you'd like to deepen the stretch on the inside of that thigh. Lift your tailbone up toward the sky. Breathe deeply. Relax down. Good. And now we'll walk the hands back to center and use that bent knee to press back up. Sitting up nice and tall, shoulders down and back. Let's bring the hands to the hips to start this next pose, and we'll take a deep breath in. Exhale and roll the shoulders down. So you can stay here with the hands on the hips or come with me and reach that right arm up toward the sky, straightening the spine first. Brace your core, contract the leg muscles, and then you can bend. Good, so from here I want your core nice and strong, and also that leg to protect that knee joint especially. If we relax the leg, we're bringing the weight of our upper body down onto that straight joint, and that could compromise the inside of the knee. So just be mindful. If you feel uncomfortable here, you can bend that knee slightly and turn it forward or toward the ceiling to stabilize it a little bit more. If you'd like to deepen your stretch, you can take that left hand and reach across to the outside of the right knee. That's going to deepen the twist through the middle and upper back. Good. See how close you can get that arm to the ear if you're reaching up above. And of course, remember that that hand can come down to the hip or behind the back anytime. Tuck your bottom elbow in toward the body. Let your breathing assist your stretch. Expand the rib cage outward as you inhale. Relax as you exhale. Let's inhale and come up. Exhale, release the arm, grasp the chair, and we'll draw the leg in. Excellent. Shifting to the other side now. Sitting right back in the chair. Shoulders down and back, and we're sitting up nice and tall. Let's grasp the left side of the chair with that hand. Right hand comes to the hip, and the right leg extends out to the side. So first, I'd just like you to stabilize, take a deep breath in, lengthen the spine. Exhale, place those shoulders down and back. Check your posture. Core is strong. That leg feels nice and stable, especially through the knee and hip. And when you're ready, if you'd like a little more, the right hand can come to the hip, and the left arm reaches up above as we extend. Exhale and drop the right shoulder down. So we're not tipping from the hip here. We're not leaning from the lower body. We're moving again from the belly button to the crown of the head for that bend, and looking for the stretch in the left rib cage and side body. If you need less, bring your top hand down to the hip. If you want more, bring your right arm across to the outside of the left knee. Make sure that you're not pulling that left knee in. Keep the knee, hip, and ankle lined up on a straight plane. Breathe into the stretch. Relax as you exhale. Tune into your body and notice how this feels. Good. Now let's inhale and come up. Exhale, release the arm, grasp the chair, and we'll draw the leg in. Good. Now once again, centering ourselves, we'll reset the spine, grasping the knees, sitting up tall, deep breath in. Exhale, curve and round the spine. Inhale, up, lift, look up, shoulders down. Exhale, curve and round. And come back to neutral. Great. Now we're going to come into our first spinal twist. Once again, sitting up tall. Good. Finding our alignment, and part of finding that alignment is our grounding and centering. So we feel the soles of our feet on the floor. We feel our open, tall presence here in the world, and that brings us back to the moment, to mindfulness, and then we can focus and move forward. All right, so now we're going to bring the right hand to the right hip. Left hand comes to the right knee. Inhale, extend through the crown of the head. Exhale, look out over the back shoulder, over the right shoulder, and we're allowing that spine to twist from the crown of the head down to the belly button. Keeping the hips and knees squared forward, and you can do that most easily by sucking the belly button toward the spine to stabilize your spine, and making sure you're even across both sides of the body on the chair. Now, if you feel comfortable here, you can release the right hand to the seat of the chair, or to the back of the chair, or you can reach out in line with the shoulder if that's comfortable for you. Widen the shoulders, lengthen the neck. Breathe deeply into that stretch. Expand the rib cage as you inhale. Relax as you exhale. Good. Think of tucking your elbows in toward the body, and notice how it changes the quality of your stretch. And we're always moving slowly with deep breathing and backing off our intensity a little bit if we have any pain at all. One more deep breath in. Exhale, look forward, square the shoulders forward, and we'll grasp the knees. Curve and round the spine. Inhale, up, lift, look up, shoulders down, elbows in. Exhale, curve and round. And come back to neutral, and now we'll come along to the other side. So again, recentering ourselves in our quiet mountain pose, and our right hand comes to our left knee. Left hand comes to the hip. Inhale, extend through the crown of the head. Exhale, look out over the back shoulder. Allow your shoulders to follow. So again, we're making sure we maintain alignment because that left knee will tend to buckle in with the pressure of our hand. We're going to press it out actively. Tighten the core, lengthen the spine, press the shoulders down. If you feel comfortable here, once again, you can release that left hand to the seat of the chair or to the back of the chair, or you can reach out in line with the shoulder. Make sure that you're not allowing the shoulders to come up or the chest to cave in order to get deeper into the stretch. Relax wherever you're able. And as you breathe, just imagine that air massaging your internal organs and relaxing as you exhale. Good. One more deep breath in. Exhale, look forward, square the shoulders forward, and we'll release the spine, grasping the knees. Curve and round. Inhale up, lift, look up, shoulders down, elbows in. Exhale, curve and round. And come back to neutral. Excellent. So now let's come into our seated warrior series. I'd like you to turn to the right side in your chair. So the back of the chair is on your right side. The inside half of our body is on the chair, the outside half is off the chair. So the right side of the body is on the chair if you're mirroring me, and the left side is off. And now we're just going to drop that left knee down underneath the hip and sit up tall, or you can tip forward if this is quite challenging for you, depending on how your lower back and hip and knee feel. I'd like your back toes to be pointed forward or straight down toward the floor, not out to the side. If we turn the foot, we collapse the knee and then we compromise that joint. If that's not comfortable for you, you can stop it here, no problem. So just make it yours. And now we're all going to tip forward, bringing the elbows to that front thigh and straightening out the back leg as much as you can. Doesn't have to get all the way there. Now from here, tuck your tailbone. Look for that stretch in the hip flexor. You can feel free to move around in your stretches as long as you're doing so slowly with deep breathing and mindfulness. Gently press into that back heel. Good. Shoulders way down. Good. And now we're going to gently, slowly press up. Now I'd like you to tuck the tailbone as you rise. Make sure that you're not incorporating a large bend into the base of your back. So we don't want that big arch. We want to tuck the tailbone so it doesn't happen. But if you can't help it, you can bend the knee a little bit to sit up straight, or you can just stick with that incline a little bit. Good. So sitting up as tall as we're able. And then we're going to reach up with the arm on the back leg side, or with both arms, or with no arms. Both hands can stay on those hips, or you can bring the hands into prayer if you prefer. And here we're looking for that stretch through that left hip, the front of that left hip and thigh. If you'd like a little more, push into the soles of the feet. You can lift the body up just a little bit off that chair. Breathe, relax into the stretch. One more deep breath in. Exhale and release the arms. Now we're going to bend the back knee, turn the back foot at 90 degrees to the front foot, and then straighten that leg out. Now, if you like, you can have those legs at 180 degrees like I do, or that left leg can point more forward with the knee pointed toward the ceiling if you feel like your joints are at risk here. So it's whatever is comfortable for you, and then we can keep the hands on the hips, or you can extend both arms out in line with the front leg. So no matter where your back leg is pointing, both arms are extending out in line with the front leg, shoulders way down. And here in Warrior 2, we really, this is a great example of where to use the dristi, or the gaze in yoga, in which we really focus our eyes so we can focus more on how the body feels and our breathing rather than what's going on in the world around us. So here, traditionally, our dristi is the nail of the middle finger that's over the bent knee. So if you're reaching out with the arms, I encourage you to just fix your gaze on that fingernail and then breathe into that point as you reach. And as you exhale, just settle into the pose. Notice where you can relax. Good. One more deep breath in. And now we'll exhale the right hand or elbow to the right thigh. Swing the left arm down across the front of the body and look up toward the sky. So again, remember, there's always options. If this is not okay for your lower back or your neck or shoulder, you can come up a level or two. You can bring that top hand down to the hip if you want to. Ideally, we're looking for the stretch, however we can get it, in that left rib cage once again. If you'd like to intensify, press your hips forward just a little bit. Reach further through that arm and extend further through that left leg. And once again, we're letting our breathing assist our stretch. So as we inhale, we expand the rib cage and belly. As we exhale, we relax just a little more. Good, now let's inhale and come up. Exhale, release the arm. Grasp the chair, and we're going to draw that left leg through and bring it straight forward. So you can use the support of your chair to help you with that movement if you need. And we're going to extend the leg straight out, flex that left foot back towards you, and then tip forward. Hands are on the bent knee, never on the straight leg. And once you're here, you're lifting your tailbone up toward the sky. Shoulders are wide, the spine is long, and we're feeling that stretch behind the left knee, coming up into the hamstring and down into the calf. Good. And let's come on back up, and we'll come around to the other side. Grab a drink of water on the way. Especially this time of year when the temperature is kind of, well, not really all over the place. We've had lovely weather, but we tend not to acknowledge when we get dehydrated this time of year because it's a change. So make sure you're drinking a little more water than usual. So, now the left side of our body is on the chair, the right side is off the chair. We're grasping the back of the chair with the inside hand, left hand if you're following me. Outside hand comes to the hip, and we're just going to drop that outside knee down underneath the hip as we tuck the tailbone and sit up tall. Once again, you can be right here if that's what's best for you. What we're looking for here really is balance, okay? So we're using our core muscles so that we don't drop that outside hip down and push down to the floor a little bit. So yoga is also about muscular engagement, which leads to strength and endurance, not only about flexibility training, so keep that in mind too. And when you're ready, let's all just bring our elbows to that front thigh. You can straighten out the back leg if you'd like. Good, breathing deeply. And once again, always tucking that tailbone. Here we're also pressing into that back heel, looking for that good extension through the bottom of the calf and Achilles tendon. Good, relax your shoulders. Breathe deeply. Good. And now let's press back up, and you can bend that knee if you want to. Remember, we're tucking the tailbone on the way so that we can avoid that arch in the lower back. Sitting up tall, shoulders down and back, and when you're ready, if you like, you can reach up with the arm on the back leg side or with both arms. Shoulders are way down. And remember, that back leg can be straightened out if that's comfortable for you. You can even lift up off the chair if you feel like you have the strength and balance today. Good. And we're breathing deeply always. Good. Sink a little deeper if you're able. And just notice where you're feeling that stretch, making sure we're never feeling any pain in any of these poses. One more deep breath in. Exhale, and we'll release the arms. Bend the back knee, turn the back foot at 90 degrees to the front foot, and straighten out that leg. So once again, that leg is pointing wherever is most comfortable, especially for your knee and your hip. And now we're reaching out with both arms in line with the front leg, or the hands can come to the hips, or you can reach out with just one arm. It's all up to you. And now again, I'll ask you to focus your gaze on the nail of the middle finger that's over your bent knee. Relax your shoulders down. Good, breathing deeply. Yeah, really good. Feel the arms get longer as you extend toward those side walls. And just feel that your body settle into this pose. Feel it relax and gain that flexibility after a few breaths. One more deep breath in. Exhale the hand or elbow to the front bent knee. Swing the back arm down across the front of the body and open up toward the sky. Press your bottom shoulder down away from the ear. Extend through the fingertips if you're reaching up above, but remember that top hand can come to the hip or behind the back anytime. Good. Yeah, really good, guys. So again, we're just looking for that extension through the rib cage and the side body, however you want to get there. And remember the rules too. If there's anything that I'm doing that's really not comfortable for you, no matter what you do, you can always come to another pose or just breathe deeply and smile. That's really the most important thing. Let's inhale and come on up. Exhale, release the arm, grasp the chair, draw that back leg forward. And you might notice that your hip feels a little bit weak. And that's because when we do this type of static stretching and holding for extended periods, the muscle does weaken temporarily, which is because it's become more flexible. Now we're going to flex that right foot back towards you. Place the hand on the bent knee, sit up nice and tall, take a deep breath in. Exhale and tip from the hip. Lift your tailbone up toward the sky, begin with a straight spine. So this type of stretching, the stretching and holding, which we call static stretching, should never be done immediately before weightlifting type exercise because we've weakened our muscles slightly, and that effect persists for several hours. So you just want to make sure you're saving this type of stretching for the end of your workouts. Good. Feel that stretch in the back of the knee, up into the hamstring, down into the calf. Good, and let's come on up, and we'll release that knee. Excellent, so centering ourselves on the chair once again, we're going to come into a little round of sun salutations before we come up to standing. So once again, finding our seated mountain pose, right at the edge of our seat. And as you walk around in the world throughout the day as well, I'd like you to practice this grounding and centering. Just taking a second to feel the soles of your feet on the earth and to feel your height and your space here. Good. So we're going to do 3 different types of sun salutation with differing levels of intensity. Our first is going to be mostly static muscle contraction. So not a lot of movement of the joints, not a lot of mobilizing, but we're still working on our strength by squeezing those muscles as we move. So I'd like you to start by placing the hands on the thighs and spreading the fingers. Sitting up nice and tall, suck your belly button toward the spine, and we're always working to about, let's say, 30 to 60% of our maximum exertion. So never too hard, never squeezing too hard, just engaging. Good, now shoulders are down and back, and we're just gonna squeeze those elbows in toward the rib cage. Feel your biceps and your shoulders wake up. Take a deep breath in and sit up tall. Exhale, tip from the hip and press the palms of the hands into the thighs as you move, as though you want to resist having the body lower. Good, and then if you like, you can stop here or you can relax down with me, bringing the chin toward the chest. Now we're going to inhale, look forward, squeeze the shoulders down and back, press the hands into the thighs and the elbows into the rib cage. Exhale and fold, relax down, you can bring the chin toward the chest. And again, inhale, look forward, roll those shoulders way down. Feel this through the middle back, squeeze your core. Exhale, relax down. And now let's inhale, come on back up. Roll the shoulders up, back, and down. Good. So we're going to do that one more time, and I just want you to notice that although there wasn't a lot of movement happening there through the upper body, it still wasn't necessarily easy. So working within your own range of ability today, and working a little bit harder if you think that you can as well. So sitting up nice and tall, shoulders down and back, hands on the thighs, spread the fingers. Squeeze the elbows in, take a deep breath in. Exhale, tip from the hip, and we're feeling those upper body muscles work, but never the neck and shoulders. They are down and back. Good, and you can come down all the way with the chin toward the chest if you'd like. Inhale, look forward, shoulders down, push the hands into the thighs, elbows in. Exhale and fold, chin toward the chest. One more time, inhale, look forward, extending through the center of the collarbone. Exhale and fold, chin toward the chest. Now inhale, come on up. Roll the shoulders up, back, and down. Excellent. Okay, so you can stick with that modification if that's what works for you, and you can even remove the contraction of the muscles to make it easier for you, or you can come with me for the next modification. So sitting up nice and tall, inhale, arms out to the sides and overhead, one or both. And we'll exhale and fold forward, relax down, arms aligned with shins. Now inhale, lift up onto the toes, look forward, arms hang down under the shoulders as we squeeze the back muscles. Exhale and fold, relax down, chin toward the chest, heels to floor. Inhale, look forward, lift the heels, good, extend through the center of the chest, spine is long. Exhale, fold forward, relax down. One more time, inhale, look forward, this time roll the shoulders down and back and open the palms toward the front of the room. Exhale and fold, chin toward the chest. Now inhale, arms out to the sides and overhead. Reach for the sky, little baby back bend on top. Exhale, release down through prayer. And release the arms. Great, okay, we're gonna do that same one again, and I'd like you to notice, first of all, how that feels for your neck and shoulders, and of course also how that feels for your blood pressure when you lower the head below the heart line. If it makes you feel dizzy or nauseated, then you're gonna wanna avoid doing that. So now coming into our set position, once again, sitting up tall, belly button is tucked in, shoulders relaxed down and back. Inhale, arms out to the sides and overhead. Exhale, fold forward, relax down. Inhale, lift up onto the toes, roll the shoulders down and back, open up the chest, core strong. Exhale and fold, chin to chest. And again, inhale, look forward, shoulders down, feel those back muscles and core muscles working. Exhale and fold, chin to chest. One more time, inhale, look forward, extending through the center of the chest, good. Exhale and fold, relax down. Inhale, arms out to the sides and overhead, reach for the sky, little baby back bend on top. Exhale, release down through prayer, and release the arms, great. So we have one last modification. It will be the most intense one. It's going to be a lot of lower lats. So if you have back problems, I would advise against trying this next one. But if you're looking for a little more intensity, then of course you're welcome to join me. So sitting up tall, good, finding that perfect posture once again. Inhale, arms out to the sides and overhead. Exhale, fold forward halfway, reaching out to shoulder height, we part the hands. Inhale, lift the arms up to align with the ears, squeeze the core. Exhale, fold forward, relax down. Now inhale, lift up onto the toes, reach forward at shoulder height, shoulders down, core strong. Exhale and fold, chin toward the chest. And again, inhale, look forward, lift up onto the toes, good. Feel your strength through the center of your body here. Exhale and fold, relax down. One last time, inhale, look forward, extending toward that front wall, good. Exhale and fold, heels down, relax. Inhale, arms out to the sides and overhead, reach for the sky. Exhale and release down through neutral. And release the arms. So take a little break, check in with your body, notice how that felt to you. And we're going to do one more sun salutation, of course with a modification of your choice, and I'm going to demonstrate the most recent one. So sitting up tall, finding the soles of our feet, finding our height. Inhale, arms out to the sides and overhead. Exhale and fold forward, relax down. Inhale, lift up onto the toes, roll the shoulders, reach forward, core strong. Exhale and fold, let the head hang if it's comfortable for you. Inhale, look forward, lift up, reach forward, core strong. Exhale and fold, relax down. One last time, inhale, lift up, reach up, good, roll those shoulders way down and back. Exhale and fold, chin to chest. Now inhale, arms out to the sides and overhead, reach for the sky, little baby back bend on top. Exhale, release down through prayer. And release the arms. Excellent job. So now we'll come up to standing through our seat-assisted squat just for a short while. We'll do a few standing poses, and of course you can remain in your seat or you can come back to sitting anytime. So I'd like you to bring the hands anywhere except on the thighs or on the chair unless you absolutely need that support. So behind the back, on the hips, across the chest is fine. Inhale, tip forward. Exhale, gently push into the heels and slowly rise up to standing, making sure you maintain alignment with those knees. Good. Excellent. Now let's come behind our chair. And we're just going to start with a nice, easy forward fold. So standing nice and tall, I'd first like you to find the soles of your feet, as we do. And you're just going to rock back and forth across the balls of the feet and the heels. And settle in the center, evenly across all four corners of the feet. Good. Knees are soft, tailbone is tucked, core strong, shoulders down and back, chest proud, neck long, and the chin is tucked. If you'd like, you can come with me and inhale the arms out to the sides and overhead. And we're going to exhale and tip from the hip. Now, your hands can come to the back of the chair, down to the seat of the chair, or all the way down to the floor if you want to let the body hang. Just relax here as much as you're able. Relax the neck. You can grasp the elbows and swing from side to side if you like. Good. Feel the hips and the lower back and the spine. Good. And just notice where there might be any. Exhale, release down through prayer. And release the arms. Good. So now let's come into a wide-legged pose. I'd like you to bring your feet wider than the legs of your chair if possible. and our toes are pointed forward. So this is similar to the adductor stretch that we did from sitting, but a little bit more intense. So you decide the distance of your feet. Make sure that both feet are pointed mostly forward, hopefully perfectly forward, but they can be out to the side a little bit, and they are pointed in the same direction. We're going to take a deep breath in, sit up tall, exhale, and tip from the hip. Press back into the heels and lift your tailbone toward the sky, and just relax down onto the back of your chair to start. Make sure that your knees feel okay, and then if you'd like, you can bring the hands down to the seat of the chair, or all the way down to the floor. Good. So now I'd like you to feel this in the insides and backs of the thighs, relaxing down toward the floor. And again, just remember that you can shift around in your pose. You can lean the body or the hips from one side to the other. Good, and just notice with every breath, just notice where you can relax a little bit more. We're always breathing deeply. Good. And now let's bend the knees slightly to keep them safe, and we'll walk the hands back up, standing up nice and tall. Recentering ourselves with our wide-legged pose here, taking a deep breath in. And we'll exhale and bend the right knee, tip from the hip, and drive the weight down into that right heel. Now when you come into this pose, you should feel the stretch in the inside of the left thigh, and there should be no pain in that left knee. The hand or the elbow can come to the right knee, or the fingertips can reach down toward the floor on the inside of the feet. Good. Now just remember, you've always got that chair there for support. So you can come up higher if this is too intense for you at any time. Shift the weight into the back of the body. Lift your tailbone toward the sky no matter what position you're in. Great. And now we'll come back to center, straightening out the legs, and tip forward into that wide-legged forward fold. Once again, hands or elbows to the back of the chair or the seat of the chair, or relax all the way down toward the floor. Good, and then we'll bend the knees slightly and stand straight up once again, resetting our posture, finding the soles of our feet, taking a deep breath in. Exhale, bend the left knee, tip from the hip, drive into your left heel. So I want you to really push down to that heel to make very sure that we're not pitching forward onto that front toe. And again, your hands can be on the chair, on the knee, or down toward the floor. We never put weight on or within 4 inches above a straight joint. Okay, so just be mindful of that. And we want to make sure that we're not rounding the spine and tucking the tailbone in order to get deeper into this pose. So if you need to do that to get into the position that you're in, then come up a little higher until you can straighten the spine and keep that right leg straight comfortably. Good. Nice deep breathing always. And now let's come on back up. Excellent. Standing up nice and tall, one more forward fold. Inhale, arms out to the sides and overhead with me if you'd like a little more. And we'll exhale and tip forward, hands to the back of the chair, the seat of the chair, or all the way down toward the floor. Just right down the middle. Good. And now let's bend the knees and we'll walk our way back up. Heels and toes together, step the feet together. And we're going to come into a little bit of balance. So again, standing nice and tall, finding the soles of our feet, shoulders are down and back, and the core is strong. Now you can keep the fingertips on the chair. You can raise one arm up if you want to. Take a deep breath in. Exhale and lift up onto the toes. Now I'd like you to find yourself a focal point. Anything that's not moving 6 feet away from you or less. Good. And then once you've found that focal point, that's going to help you with your balance a little bit. Also make sure that you're not leaning heavily on the chair in order to get here. So what we're doing here is working to train our balance, just like we train our strength and our flexibility. And we need to be using our core and our glutes and feeling the soles of our feet in order to do that. So just tune in here for a moment. And again, remember, one hand or both hands can reach up toward the sky. Relax your shoulders down and back, away from the ears. Suck your belly button toward the spine. That will help you to stabilize also. Good. One more deep breath in. Exhale, release down onto the heels, and we'll fold forward. Shift into the heels, lift the tailbone toward the sky. And once again, you decide how far you come into this forward fold now. So I'd like you to notice how different this feels from our wide-legged forward fold. Once again, you can walk the hands down further if that's comfortable for you and you'd like the deeper stretch. You can rock from side to side. You can bend one knee and then the other. Good, relax into it, just make it yours. Breathing deeply always. Great, and now let's bend the knees and we'll roll up one vertebrae at a time. Roll the shoulders down and back, reach the arms up to the sides and overhead, and maybe back bend on top. And then we'll release the arms. Good. Great, okay, so now let's come into a tree pose. Now I'd like you to come beside your chair so that your left side is next to the back of the chair, because we're going to put our left fingertips on the back of the chair for our balance. Now we've put the chair on our supporting leg side so we don't have to lean forward in this pose to bring our hands to it. And we're standing nice and tall, nice and even on all four corners of the feet. And I'd like you to shift to your inside leg, your supporting leg next to the chair. And then the outside leg is going to come into position. So there's lots of options here. If you'd like to just test out that single leg balance and work on that a little bit, your toes can stay on the floor, your knee can stay pointed forward, or you can point it out to the side with me. And if you'd like to take it further, you can bring that foot up to the calf, the thigh, or the top of the thigh. The knee can still point forward if that's what's most comfortable for your joints. And then one or both hands can come into prayer. Now once we get here, we check for a few things. We're not leaning heavily on the chair. We're standing as straight and tall as we can. We suck the belly button toward the spine and tuck the tailbone. And if the knee is turned out to the side, we're actively pressing it out to the side with the muscles of the leg. Good. You might even feel these little muscles in the right side of the body squeeze to help you to maintain this position. And then when you're ready, you can reach one or both arms up above. Exhale, part the hands and drop the shoulders down. So remember that focal point. Focus is everything. And when we find focus, we find balance. And that's not just in yoga, that's in life. So find that focus, find that balance. Just notice how your body feels here. Notice your breathing. Relax into that stretch. Good. And now let's bring the hands together. Exhale down through prayer. Release the leg and work out the ankles. Excellent. Okay. Now we're going to come along to the other side. So you can just turn around if you feel comfortable doing so. Or move so that you can still see me. And we're going to stand nice and tall again, evenly on all four corners of the feet. And we're shifting to the inside leg, the right leg now. Left foot comes into position, wherever is comfortable for you. And remember, we can just start right here. Single leg balance with a little bit of an assist, that's fine. And when you're ready, you can bring one or both hands into prayer. And remember too, that you're of course welcome to sit back down anytime if you need to. So once we get here, we check. The chest is not caving in, we're standing tall. Tailbone is tucked, core is strong. Left knee presses out to the side if that's where it's pointing. And there is as little weight as possible on that chair. Good. Now when you're ready, if you'd like, you can reach the arms up above. Part the hands and drop the shoulders. Relax into that stretch. Good. And you are going to notice again that your balance is going to be better on one side of the body than the other. And that's normal, that's fine. We're not forcing anything to even out or even getting discouraged when they're not perfectly even. We're just working with what we have, we're noticing where we are, and we're seeing if we can make it just a little bit better over time. Nice deep breaths. Good. And now let's inhale the hands together. Exhale down through prayer. Release the leg and work out the ankles. Great job. Okay. So now let's come into just a short warrior series from standing, and then we'll come back down to our seats for our final relaxation. So standing nice and tall behind your chair once again, finding the soles of our feet. Good. Shoulders down and back. And let's shift to the left leg. Extend the right leg straight back behind you with the toes pointed forward. And we're going to gently press into that back heel. I'd first like you to lean forward onto the back of that chair and straighten out the back leg as much as you're able. See if you can target that stretch down low in the calf and Achilles tendon. Shoulders are down away from the ears and wide. Breathe. Good. Bend that front knee just a little bit more if you'd like to deepen the stretch. Good. And now when you're ready, you can walk the hands up onto the back of the chair, tucking the tailbone as you rise, looking for the stretch in the hip flexor and quadricep. Yeah, very good. And if you'd like a little more than that, you can reach up with the arm on the back leg side, or with both arms. Good, so this is all yours. You can come back back even to the seated position of warrior one that we did earlier in the class. Good. One more deep breath in. Exhale, release the hands down to the back of the chair. Lift the back heel up off the floor, turn the back foot at 90 degrees to the front foot, and place it back down. So once again, you might want to adjust your leg positioning, and you can do so however you need to be comfortable. And now here we're going to see if we can reach those arms out in line with the front leg. So the front knee is bent, knee and the toes are pointed toward the chair, the back leg is straight, and the back foot is at 90 degrees to the front foot. Shoulders are way down away from the ears. Suck your belly button toward the spine and lengthen through the crown of the head. And again, we're reaching for those side walls. Good. Feeling nice and stable here in the center of our pose, with our gaze maybe fixed on the nail of that middle finger that's over the bent knee. Good. Nice deep breathing. One more deep breath. Exhale, and the front hand comes down to the back of the chair, or the elbow, or you can swing that right arm down across the front of the body and open up toward the sky. Suck the belly button toward the spine. So once again, we're looking for that core stability while we find the stretch in that right side body. Press your bottom shoulder down away from the ear as far as it'll go. Press the hips forward to find that deeper stretch between the bottom of the rib cage and the top of the hip. Good. Now let's inhale and come up. Exhale, release the arm, lift the back heel up off the floor, turn the toes forward. You can use that chair for stability to step in or back, or a combination of both, and we're going to come along to the other side to finish off. So again, finding the soles of our feet, standing nice and tall, shift to the right leg, left leg extends straight back, toes come to the floor pointed forward, and we gently press that heel down as we bring the hands or the elbows to the back of that chair. Straighten out the back leg as much as you're able. Relax your shoulders down away from the ears. Breathe. See if you can find your stability through the heel of the front foot rather than letting the weight come into the toes. Yeah, relax into it as much as you're able. And then when you're ready, you can press up onto the back of the chair, tucking the tailbone as you rise, sucking the belly button toward the spine. And then when you're ready, you can reach up with the arm on the back leg side, or with both arms. Sink a little deeper if you can. Push down to that front heel and feel that stretch through the hip flexor and the quadricep. Remember, that chair is there for your balance and support anytime. Good. One more deep breath in. Exhale the hands down to the back of the chair. Lift the back heel up off the floor. Turn the back foot to the side at 90 degrees to the front foot, and we'll reach both arms out in line with that front knee. Sink deeper if you're able. And just make sure that when you look down at that front foot, if it's not directly underneath the chair, you can see the inside front ankle and your front big toe. That's going to tell us that our alignment is correct here. And we need to make sure that we're feeling this in the inside of that front thigh and also that front glute. Good. Lengthen through those fingertips. Find your gaze. Sink a little deeper if you can. Breathe. Relax wherever you're able. One more deep breath in. Exhale the front hand or elbow to the back of the chair. Swing the left arm down across the front of the body and open up toward the sky. Press your bottom shoulder way down as far as it'll go. Lengthen through the fingertips. Remember, your top hand can come down to the hip anytime. You can come up onto the hand instead of the elbow anytime. Just make it yours. Great. Now let's inhale and come up. Exhale, release the arm. Lift the back heel up off the floor, and we're going to turn the toes forward, step back, combination of both, whatever you need. And then we're going to come in front of our chairs once again for a little bit of chair pose. And then we'll come into our final steps here. So I'd like you to back up so that you would feel comfortable sitting down on your chair without touching it or looking at it, okay? Now your knees, hips, and ankles are lined up. You can feel the soles of our feet nice and solid on the floor. And you can come with me and reach straight forward, or align the arms with the ears, or bring them across the chest or to the hips or behind the back. Let's take a deep breath in. Exhale, and we'll sit down into our imaginary chair, just an inch or two above your real chair. You can touch the real chair and then lift up a little bit if you want to. You can stay up high and just squat a teeny tiny little bit just to engage the muscles if you'd like. Now here I'd like you to push into the outsides of the feet. Suck your belly button toward the spine and feel those muscles engage. Really important groups of muscles that are going to help us be capable of doing our sit to stand for the rest of our lives. Really important stuff. Remember, you can sit down anytime. One more deep breath in. Exhale, and we'll sit down on our chair, release the arms. Excellent. You can stretch out the legs, release whatever needs it. Excellent. Okay, so now again, coming to the edge of our seat and finding our perfect alignment here, let's come into our upper body. So heels, knees, and hips all lined up, sitting up tall, shoulders down and back. And we're going to bring the right arm across the front of the body, grasp just above the elbow, press down, draw it in, and pat yourself on the back for a job well done. Good. So anything that we do to make ourselves feel better makes the world better around us. We become more patient and happier and more able to communicate and spread good things. So I encourage you to do more of that for yourself. And now you can reach that arm out if you'd like and turn the palm down and forward. Good. Hug that arm in, sit up tall and straight, still just for a little while longer. And breathe. And then we'll bend the elbow, release the arms, extend the fingertips out to the side, lengthen. And we'll release. And then the left arm comes across the front of the body, press down, draw it in, pat yourself on the back on the other side. Great job. Make sure in this position that your left shoulder doesn't hike up toward the ear. Yeah, really good. And if you'd like, you can turn that palm down and forward. Breathe deeply. Relax. And then we'll bend the elbow, release the arm, extend the arms out to the sides. Feel that length. Really good. And release. Now a little hand stretch. I'd like you to reach the right arm out, straight out in front, and we're going to grasp the fingertips of the left hand and just draw them back towards you. Now from here, you can rest that arm down, resting the wrist down on the thigh, if that's comfortable. Good. And we want to feel that extension through the palm of the hand and the wrist and the forearm. Shoulders are as relaxed as they can be. Good. And then we'll release and squeeze and open the hands and come along to the other side. Left arm reaches out. We want to make sure that arm stays nice and straight, and we'll grasp the fingertips with the other hand and gently draw them back towards us. You can again rest that left wrist on the thigh. Sit up tall, shoulders are relaxed. Great, and we're feeling that extension through the palm, through the wrist, through the forearm. And then we'll release, squeeze and open. And now we're going to point those right fingertips down toward the floor. Again, this arm is nice and straight. And you can press into the back of the hand, or you can grasp the fingertips and gently draw them back toward you. Now here again, we want that arm nice and straight. Make sure that shoulder doesn't hike up toward the ear. And now we're feeling the stretch in the back of the wrist and up the forearm. Good. And now release, squeeze and open. And then to the other side, left fingertips toward the floor. You can press into the back of the hand or grasp the fingertips and draw them back. And I specify because if you just press into the fingertips, you don't get much out of the stretch. So I would advise to very gently pull or press the back of the hand. Relax your shoulders down. Make sure you maintain that upright position. Our shoulders tend to cave in and our chest too when we come into these stretches as a protective reflex, which is good, but we have to counter that to gain flexibility. Now we'll release, shake it off, roll the wrists around in a circle. Let's finish off with our full body stretch. Breathe in deep, reach out through the fingertips and toes, lengthen, extending. Exhale, bring everything in, curve and round. And again, breathe in deep, reach out, lengthen through the fingertips, take up lots of space. Exhale, curve and round, bring it all into the center. One more time, inhale, reach out, extending, lengthen. Exhale, bring it in. And we'll come back to neutral. Great job, guys. Okay, so now we're going to come into our final relaxation. I encourage you to find socks or sweaters or blankets, whatever you need to keep warm, and also whatever you need to be comfortable. So if you'd like to come to a more comfortable position, such as in an easy chair or even laying down on the couch, that's fine. And we're going to come into our final relaxation. So the purpose of meditation is really first and foremost to quiet the mind. Our greatest power lies in our stability, our locus of control. And within that, you can later find ways to expand into creative visualization or whatever else you'd like. But today we're going to practice that just relaxation, general full body relaxation. And then I'll ask you to focus on the breathing or come with me into a little gratitude exercise. So once you've found your comfortable seated or laying down position, let's take a deep breath in all the way down to the tips of the toes, closing the eyes. And exhale completely. Feel the body relax down into the earth. Now just for a moment, bringing your attention to today's class. Let's once again give ourselves that mental pat on the back for making it here, for making it through, and especially for maintaining those lines of communication with the body. That's so important. And now we'll begin to relax from the bottom up. Breathe in all the way down to the tips of the toes, the balls of the feet, the arches, heels, and ankles, stirring up tension. Exhaling it out, pressing it out of the body with focus. Breathe through the calves, the shins, the knee joints and thighs. Exhale tension all the way down to the bones. Breathe through the hips, pelvis, buttocks, and lower spine. Exhale tension. Feel the body relax downward. Breathe through the muscles of the lower back, side body, and abdomen. As you exhale, feel the internal organs and the blood flow relax, slowing down. Breathe through the middle and upper back, through the rib cage and solar plexus. As you exhale, allow the heart and lungs to relax. Breathe through the collarbone, shoulders, biceps, and elbows. As you exhale, feel the arms relax at your sides. Breathe through the forearms, wrists, palms, and backs of the hands. As you exhale, feel the fingertips let go of tension. Relax the muscles of the neck, through the top of the spine and the base of the skull. Relax the throat. Relax the jaw. Relax the muscles of the face, around the eyes, mouth, and ears. Relax the brow. And then just bring your attention to the breath. As you inhale, imagine filling the space on the inside of the body with clear, white, fresh light and air. Stirring up any tension that's left in those corners and nooks and crannies. And exhale, feel that tension leave the body as you relax just a little more. And now I'd like you to bring to mind in this comfortable space 3 things that you like or love or appreciate. And it can be anything at all. And as you bring those things to mind, I'd like you to just notice how your body responds. Maybe it's easier to breathe more deeply. Maybe it's easier to smile. Maybe you just feel more relaxed. And just noticing that feeling of appreciation and gratitude toward those things in the world that you like. And then offering that same appreciation and gratitude to yourself for choosing to be here today, and for choosing to be a little more peaceful, a little more mindful, so that you can bring that into the world with you. And now gently bringing the attention back to the body, wiggling the fingers and toes, moving the wrists and ankles around in circles, keeping the eyes closed, as we still just acknowledge that feeling of gratitude and appreciation for ourselves and the world around us. And now if you're laying down, you can make your way to a comfortable seated position, taking your time. And let's take a deep breath in. Exhale and open the eyes. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me, everyone. I hope you'll be able to make it next time. Have a wonderful rest of the day.